All right, so this is part two. Last thing that happened, someone recently commented on one of my it was my 500 video, my 500 push-up challenge video. I was trying to make it a positive thing, and I was like, you need Jesus, right? And I was like, all right, whatever. I'm not gonna take offense to that. I looked at the profile. I got some Jesus stuff up there, and I was like, all right, well, whatever. And I hit like the comment, and the little love comment thing that you can do as a creator, and I replied, don't we all? And then they're like, "Well, it's for your sins and debauchery." Like, they even just had to add debauchery in there. Like, it wasn't even good enough just to look. I'm gonna show you. Like, it's dark, so it's like I can't do selfie the camera, but I'm modestly dressed. All right, I'm not like. And then I go on Twitter and I see like some fucking drag queen in front of children and like you know really perverted clothing, whatever. It's like it's actually fine and great in the bedroom kind of thing. It's what it's made for, but this person's doing it in front of the kids, and it's like shit. I can't even afford if I wanted to. I have no social life. I have no relationships, anything like that. I have no connection to any kind of lifestyle like this. Besides that, I'm wearing a modest dress. And my debauchery, like yeah, like this is like that. That's how much weed I have in this bowl. Like I basically would live like a monk if I could. If I did not have the outside world, I would live like a monk at this point. And even just scroll, it's really so. The thought I had right before I started was that maybe there's a feedback loop because I really got back. It was like I have thick skin, but it almost seems like it's there. It's just it's the world is chipping away, chipping away, chipping away, chipping away, and and right there, I want to keep going, and I want to give into the malice and the hatred and rage and all that. And I'm wondering if there's like a feedback loop that's starting to happen. I'm trying to analyze it objectively and rationally. Like I'm trying, and it never seems good enough for people, or it's good enough for some individuals, but it is not good enough for the masses who are the ones who carry the torches and pitchforks. I mean, even just bothers me now that I realize I'm explaining myself more articulately than when I was before, and I hit the bowl and all that. But I'm demonized for smoking weed too. Another thing, right after I posted the last video, I seen a notification for a YouTube video that I really enjoyed. However, the ad below it said, "This is your digital ex," like as if someone might not be already horribly missing they're desperate, they're horribly missing their wife or something that left them, and they're like, maybe they were a simp, whatever, or maybe they're just emotionally broken from it. And this my Twitter response was that the source of these demonic attacks upon the human psyche need to be destroyed. And again, the hatred rises up. I'm not even drunk. It's just a sort of default, but I'm not drunk. So I suppose that shows how it took over. It was almost like a demon inside of me. The difference is that my demon is my own, whereas the societal demons are demons of the human collective, the collective shadow, the collective consciousness of humanity. Yeah, I'm just I mean even the fact that I'm able to articulate better now, it angers me for a variety of reasons that I don't even fully understand because and this isn't even me articulating good because this isn't my medicine. This is just something that helps a little bit in moderation. And the fact that it's withheld from me. Everything one thing is scarcity mindset. Well, when everything is scarcity based, everything is scarce, everything is taken away, everything is here's a taste, and then well, then this, then yeah, it's taken away. My blood starts boiling, and and my brain just sort of so there's that, and then as far as the, well, just don't give your energy to Twitter, just don't do this and that or whatever. Don't like pay attention to the people that are saying that. Well, I get notifications and I need to use them. I'm trying to build up a sort of business, not really a business. I'm not making any money. I don't intend on making any money off this. I don't care about that. Some of my hatred actually just turns into spite, and in a way, a lot of ways, out of spite, I would rather speak my truth and be my full self to the point of, all the different versions of me, whatnot. And I'm not creating a product. I'm not pushing myself into a product. Uh, so, but that still requires that I engage. I can't sit under a rock. I wish I could. I wish I could block out the whole outside world and just accept that I'm basically inhuman. And that's okay. I don't need to interact with the human world except by the bare minimum. I'll deal with perpetual loneliness and solitude and whatnot. But unfortunately, not even that is possible. Like the last person who went out and tried to build a cabin in the woods and just live, well, that didn't work out too well for him, now did it? And I'm just taking a pause. I seen something earlier from Gotham Chess. It was psychological tricks to help in chess, and it was three of them. I just got the gist of it, and it was three of them. And I don't remember what they were, but I gotta be careful. I'm not shining the light outside. They seem like they might be helpful. Uh, and I hope I actually been talking loud enough because I just fucking wasted the last 7.5 minutes. So I'm sorry if I'm hard to hear. I'm like, I don't know. I'm on the cusp of like, I got an opportunity to go to Canada and everything, but I lost my ID again. So I've got to replace my ID before I could even get another job or anything like that. If I just had my ID and I had my medication, then I would be able to go, and I probably have a job in Canada. Like, I can do like side work, whatever. Just like I don't know. Like last time I was there, I was basically a caretaker for somebody, and it's like not even like I even like really need a lot, but like something like a better microphone or whatever would probably be helpful. The laptop, those sort of things, electricity. There's just a lot of and then yeah, I started worrying about Bohemian Grove and all the globalism, skull and bones. Like this is not shit that humans of nature, like natural humans, just put them out like this. We were only meant to hold like so many social connections, like like 200 or so. You're basically your tribe, and this globalism bullshit means that each individual, if they don't want to bury their fucking head in the sand, has to be aware of the global situation. They have to understand the chessboard globally, how all the different pieces interact. It is not natural for cognition. Some people can do it. Some people focus on it such that they become the politicians or whatever. They become the Henry Tafts or Harry Tafts, whatever his name is, the extremely corrupt individuals. or the people that speak out against it, but then they have to dedicate their whole life to that. It becomes everything that they are. And if you don't want to dedicate your life to that, well, then you end up in a servile position underneath. And I'm not cool with that. And I realize it's this global cabal shit. It's fucking demonic. It's creating the worst possible reality for Earth. The worst possible timeline is best from their perspective because they want slaves to torture, like they get off on torturing people. Human trafficking and shit is real. Like snuff films and all that shit, it fucking happens. These are the fucking demonic entities. And yet I'm being put as a scapegoat, but beyond just me being a scapegoat, yeah, I feel for fucking innocent life and all that. And that increases the cortisol in my brain, like all these things. And every time I hear about, like today, I heard like, oh yeah, the good way to promote healing is to not be stressed out. I am perpetually stressed out. Like, I mean, even to the degree of basically being an incel. Like, I can go on a fucking app or whatever, and I can like, but it's gonna be empty. I'm gonna have to go through a whole bunch of like bullshit to get stood up, whatever. Nothing's gonna be. I'm gonna still feel rejected at the end of the day because like it ain't like I'm meeting anybody's parents. So, and then it's like men get demonized. Yeah, men get fucking demonized versus this fucking like basic fucking instincts. Like there's there's hedonic pleasure centers in the brain, whatever, and like you only get a sense of euphoria if all of them are fulfilled in some sort of way. Like, so if you're missing like 4 or 5 of them, well, you ain't ever gonna feel euphoria. And a little bit of feeling euphoria can, like, if you feel that once or twice a week, it can get you through. It's like it has helped you, is what powers you through the dark times. But if you ain't got nothing but dark times, it fucking rots at you, man. Like, that shit, and that shit made me happy for the little bit. But then I fucked up my good table or my good thing, and I almost think I hit it purposely because I liked it. I was that mad. It wasn't good enough just to destroy something I didn't really care about. I wanted to destroy something I cared about, but not in the sense of anything alive or anything I feel has a spirit to it. Although now that I think about it, the spirit of this place, it was nice. Like, this was a nice setup. I didn't destroy it completely. I left my mark. Maybe that's it, eh? I mean, I got fucking sort of cut up there, yeah, and then there's like the stress of, well, I can't cut. I don't have anything else to do. There's I can't drink myself into a stupor of vomiting and then just pass out. Like, there was no way to like turn the rage off. Like, it was like just a fire that just kept burning, and it would burn, the more like it would create fuel. I don't know. So I was like up, all night, and it's a practice that has helped calm me throughout my life. Uh, and there's different science behind it, how it releases endorphins or whatnot. It's also kind of helps be a reflection of the pain I feel. It helps be a reflection of my rejection from society because, no one wants to accept anyone with that sort of thing, but no one's accepts me anyways. So it's part of a zero approval gambit because if just thought about the saying about when the world turns its back on you, you turn your back on the world. And then I added and throw a match. Like, oh, I got so many more minutes. I'm kind of sick of talking. Probably fill it out for another minute because I'll just think of something. As soon as I click off or whatever, I'll be able to think of something. But yeah, I mean, what I'm thinking now is I need to hang that thing up as like a training thing because they'd be good to hit. I gotta go get some tires from the woods to set up. This is the shit that I should be worrying about. But yeah, and I can't. Yeah, every time I go on Twitter, I'm sick of seeing like fucking like half naked people doing all sorts of sexual shit. Like a lot of people do that, like the whole cuckolding thing, where someone likes to watch them watch, or someone likes someone to be like forced just watching, and they get off on the whole like putting the other person through a sort of like weird emotional misery. It's like getting off on eating in front of a starving person. Like, oh, look at this cake. Like you haven't eaten in 3 days, and you ain't here. Like here, have a have some crumbs. Now watch me eat in front of you. Like they're demons. They're demon, and I want to exterminate them. I guess that's not. There's too many. There's too many demon possessed people, and I got my own demons, so I guess I can't go that crazy. I want to exterminate the sources. I want to. I want to not. I don't want to cut the heads off the Hydra. I want to stab the motherfucker in the heart. But I don't like demons who 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 fucking feed off of my pain and feed off the pain and suffering of others, and then hide like some protected class behind other demons. I got my own. That's how malice works. It's the demon that hates demons. Turn into a fucking Van Helsing. But I can't go online or anything like that without my visual cortex being assaulted, being sexually assaulted by people of the feminine persuasion, whether they be men dressed as women or just women, whatever. Or men. The one I seen today, it was a woman, sure, but there was a man standing, not standing. I'm sorry, on his knees before this woman who was like basically in a sex costume in public, and he was like bowing before her, and it just the simp behavior, the fact that I know that like there's starving children, and like hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars are being spent on the porn industry, and there's like literally starving, like just famine. Like the West needs to fall, and yeah. So because of and then I get accused of the debauchery. I don't know, I guess I just got to live with my hatred for a little bit longer. Maybe my life will improve someday. Even if it does, the outside world is still raping my mind. It's still persecuting me. And, oh, I'm crying victim, whatever. Look, I don't give a shit about this. Some people say, oh, you're crying victim. Like, come live the life I live. I don't complain very much. Come live the life I live. You know, you couldn't walk in my shoes. So I feel like ending it, but I'll walk around a bit. This video should end any minute of its own. At least I haven't sorted through all, just trying to do all this shit, trying to fucking expand out my fucking social media influence with just a fucking phone because,